You're listening to hashtag No Filter with Zach Peter. That's me, your naturally platinum blonde pop culture connoisseur. I'm the reality TV junkie, self-improvement addict, and host with only the hottest tea spilled fresh weekly. For more hot takes, go and give me a follow at Just Plain Zach. I always keep it funny and I always keep it cute. And if you're like me and you want to stay up to date with the latest reality tea, just go and give us a follow at No Filter with Zach on the Instagram. We are live on the Instagram right now. We're also live on the YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. If you're listening to this on the podcast, this is a rebroadcast of our Thursday Night Live. We go live every Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern on the Instagram and on the YouTube. Let's see who's in the house. Alicia's in the house. Hey, Alicia. Thanks to Tana's fresh honey. Hi, Tina. Hi, Whit Love. What's going on? Who do we have on the YouTube? We have Coffee Buzz. We have Elaine. We have Val. We have MG. We have Coffee Buzz. We have MD. Love your intro. Thank you, MD. Guys, I hope if you are watching this, you are sipping on some fizzy Housewives-inspired wine for yourself, packing a punch at 13% alcohol by volume, but less than a gram of sugar. It is my no-filter wine. I'm calling it my Housewives watching wine. So as you're watching the Housewives, you're sipping on some no-filter wine. It's light, it's crisp, it's fizzy. It comes in a white and a rosé. Let me know in the comments if you're drinking some tonight. And if you are team white or team rosé, let me know today. Sparkling rosé with Zach. Yes, she Vanda Water. Oh, welcome on. And I'm so glad to see your intro live. You're so cute. Thank you, Abby. You're so cute. No, you're so cute. No, you're so cute. Stop. I hope you guys are having a blast tonight. Ooh, I just realized the microphone may have been a little low. Sorry about that. But yes, we're going to talk about Tom Girardi. We're going to recap Beverly Hills. We're going to recap Dubai because that aired this week. I hope you guys caught my live with Adam when we took over Birchbox counting down to the Instagram, counting down to the premiere of Real Housewives of Dubai. We're going to break it all down. Sipping on some white. Yay, Elaine loves the white. Elaine, you need to send me some pictures. Zach, you should send some of your wine to Erika. I would love to, MG. I need to get her address and I will definitely send her some. So it looks like everybody is drinking the white tonight. Cut down my drinking or what? Or what? Available at nofilterwine.com. Okay, so are we ready to dive into it? I'm team smoke a joint. Oh, I mean, that is a vibe too. That is definitely a vibe. I feel like people are either drinkers or they're smokers. But I mean, let's be honest. That crossfade is also very fun. Yay! Husky Loving Teacher came on and dropping the first 3 badges of the night. Thank you, Husky Loving Teacher. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm here with you all day, every day. Looking good as always. Thanks, guys. My brows are fresh. Love you. Shout out to Marco at Eco Brow. You guys know that's where I go to get my brows done. I'm a vibe, Zach. Yes, you are a vibe, Coffee Buzz. Okay, so let's dive into it. Tom Girardi has officially been disbarred. Finally. I mean, gee willikers. Jesus Christ. Where's my weed line? I don't smoke weed, my love. I'm sorry, Moose. I don't smoke weed. It is a little warm in the apartment today, so I'm sorry if I get a little dewy. But yes, Tom Girardi has officially been disbarred. I mean, and fucking finally, right? It's about time. Thank you, Carmel Mims, for the 3 badges. Look at that. You guys are coming on in, killing it with the badges today. I love you guys have been so generous with badges this week. My heart just like feels so happy. So the state bar has slapped Tom Girardi with 14 counts of ethics violations and have officially disbarred him, removing him from the California I guess directory of attorneys. He's now officially done. What that means exactly, I'm not entirely sure, since we know he already turned over his law license voluntarily after he was put under a conservatorship. So is this like a big win, or is this more of them being like, oh, we're just kind of following through with the formalities because he can't practice law anyway because he's under conservatorship, he's in an old folks home, and he's already relinquished his law license voluntarily. So is it as big of a win? I don't know. Thank you, Ella, for the 3 badges, my love. Look at that. 3 badges on the Instagram. Only took 20 years, unfortunately. Sad. Abby, it took a lot longer than 20 years. It took like 40 years of him doing shady shit before he finally lost his law license. But again, what does that mean considering he like voluntarily gave it up? Oh my God, look at this. Hi, Carolyn. Ordered and received my big box of pure cane. Love, love, love. Oh my God, Carolyn Bird. Love, love, love that you got some pure cane. You know we love some pure cane. You know we love it. What else? What else? What else? You guys have sent so many sweet messages. I'm gonna try to sparkling rosé with Zach all day. Zach, you should send some mine to Erika. Yes, we got that one. Okay. Yay, a super sticker from MD. Look at that. MD coming on in with the super stickers on the YouTube. We love a good super sticker moment. Okay. I took you a long time for everything to come out. Yes, but like what does this actually mean? Like he's not practicing law. He is in an old folks home. He's in assisted living. Like is this really a big thing? Okay, I think the fact that they've like actually charged him with 14 counts of ethics violations, great. But again, like it would have been great had they done this before. Zach Pure Cane, that was your Oprah voice. Pure Cane. Yes, welcome to No Filter. Well, in addition to being slapped with 14 counts of ethics violations, he has also been ordered by the bar to pay 2.3 million in restitution, which are damages, and interest on top of that. He was also slapped with $5,000 in penalty fees. That's expected to go to some of the victims, specifically the children that lost their parents in the Lion Air plane crash that Edelson is currently representing. We often hear about them as the orphans and the widows. I hate referring to them that way, which to me is kind of like to me it's very tactless to be like, oh, the orphans and the widows, and everyone always talks about the orphans and the widows. I mean, even though that's kind of what they are and that's how people reference them, I don't like to refer to them that way, but that's the only way people know them. But they are the children that lost their parents in the Lion Air plane crash. They are entitled to 2 million according to the state bar. I guess it's because they actually went and went before a judge and got a judge to actually get that approved, similar to the Rui Gomez family. But we know that there's currently 500 million in claims that people have alleged that Girardi Keys didn't pay them. How you lose $500 million, I don't really know. A lot of these claims have yet to be investigated and they still have to be proven in court. Thank you, Kenny G 1064 for the 3 badges. I love you, my dear. Mwah, mwah. Love you, Kenny G. Kenny G. But yeah, how you lose 500 million, that's a bit of a challenge. That's a conundrum. I'm scratching my head on that one. But again, we don't know how long that was. Like the big Erika Jayne $25 million transferred into our bank account. That was over the course of 12 years. So, when you put that in the context of things, regardless, it's still a lot of money that is owed to people. Some of it's broken down in secured creditors, some of it's unsecured creditors, some of it's administration fees. Broken down into different tiers for sure. But this is where we hear Erika saying this week on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that we don't know if all the creditors are telling the truth. We heard her say that in this week's episode. Erika didn't listen. Erika, there's no way Erika spent $500 million, Anna. Everyone always wants to be like, Erika. $500 million. Erika just what? She went, make it rain, bitch, pat the puss. Like what? She was just shoving $100 bills up her coochie and spinning them out like a ping pong ball. Like no, like Erika did not spend all of that money herself. That was Tom Girardi and all the other people that were benefiting at Girardi Keys. Okay. I mean, especially because as of right now, over the course of 12 years, they were only married for 20, but over the course of 12 years, they've only been able to link 25 million to Erika. Tom Girardi is disgusting, despicable, and vile person. Yes, I agree. A vagina ATM. Yes, copy bus. Makeup is expensive. Makeup is not that expensive. Listen, you can go and get you some Kylie skin and some, Kylie concealer, and you'll be good. Over 20 years, she did. Over 20. No, Erika herself did not spend. If she only spent 25 million over the course of 12 years, then how are you going to say that she herself spent 500 million over the course of 20 years? Like, come on, choke on a dick. Like, I can't with the bullshit. Sorry, that just slipped out. I didn't mean to be a bitch. But sometimes I am. But anyway, so that's where you hear Erika saying, because again, none of these have been proven, right? Very few of them have been proven. And it's really only the secured creditors that have actually had a judge or had some collateral. The judge either made a judgment in their favor, or there's collateral attached to it, or there's some sort of contract. So when it comes to the creditors that are actually at the front of the line when it comes to getting their money, they're the ones that usually have some sort of contract. And it's usually lenders and banks because they have contracts, they have him signing over his house. There's a whole conspiracy theory in terms of them being, the ones that helped him run this alleged scheme, and that he was just one of many lawyers that was doing this circle jerk between the law firm and their lending companies, and that there was a much bigger sort of situation that was a lot more unethical, and that Tom Girardi was just one of the many pieces in that entire scheme. I won't go down that entire rabbit hole. I believe I broke it down in one of our Girardi deep dives, which are all available on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/justplainzack. There's a whole playlist that you can go through. We have a lot of, legal analysts, lawyers, former lawyers, state bar employees, or former state bar employees that have all helped break all of that stuff down. I won't break it down. I won't break it all down now because we've already covered it several times. But anyway, we do have the Rui Gomez family that proved their case in front of a judge and were entitled to 11 million that the judge was able to link to money that they should have been given, that they weren't given by Girardi Keese. Tom Girardi originally was trying to tell them that he was going to make payments. He made one payment, then he stopped making payments. That's kind of the case that blew this whole thing up right as Erika was filing for her divorce. But I believe that they are already in negotiations with the Girardi Keese bankruptcy attorney, bankruptcy trustee, rather, who is also an attorney, but she's the trustee, Elisa Miller. I believe they're already in negotiations to get their $11 million settlement, the money that they are owed. We also have the Lion Air clients that Jay Edelson is representing at Edelson PC. They're owed a couple mil as well. A judge in Illinois ruled in their favor and ruled that Girardi Keese had to pay them the $2 million that they're entitled to. I did reach out to Edelson for comment because I wanted to know how this affected his case, because we do know that he just filed a new big case here in California that was on behalf of those Lion Air victims. Or I guess it's weird to call them the Lion Air victims because technically the victims are the ones that lost their lives in the plane crash. The others were clients of Girardi Keese that lost their parents or lost their spouses in the plane crash. I reached out to Edelson because I'm like, how does this affect your lawsuit? Because you're suing for the money that Girardi Keese didn't pay the Lion Air clients. However, now, the state bar has now ordered Tom to pay the orphans at least. Not, I believe there's one widow that's still outstanding with their payment, but the judge has now ordered your client to get paid. Does that mean you're still going to pursue this lawsuit where you're going against Erika, or you're going after Erika rather, and you're going after the other attorneys and the law firm? It was a really big lawsuit. He said that this really doesn't mean anything for his clients necessarily. It just means that another court has now ruled that Girardi Keese owes money. Just because Girardi Keese owes money doesn't necessarily mean that Girardi Keese is going to pay money. We know that this isn't coming out of Tom's pocket personally. This is coming out of Girardi Keese money. As of right now, the bankruptcy trustee is the one that's in charge of the Girardi Keese estate. She's the one that's in charge of how all the money is being spent and how all the assets are being liquidated and how that's all being divided up. She's also getting paid a pretty penny for that. So I assume it goes to her next to figure out how to pay it, how and if and when it all gets paid off, which is probably why Erika and others are being dragged into these lawsuits, is because they're like, the bankruptcy trustee, it's going to take her a while to figure all of this out and start to make payments. And if anything, she's only going to be making or trying to be reaching settlements. That way, the entire balance isn't paid. Because again, what's currently outstanding, or what's being alleged that's outstanding, is over $500 million. She's not going to be able to pull that money out for Hakuchi and just start making it rain for everybody, unfortunately. So we'll see. I think they have a better chance suing a lot of these people directly, or that at least seems to be, if they want to get paid sooner, that seems to be a better way to go. But I don't think any of the parties that are currently being sued right now are going to be forking up any cash anytime soon. So But it's good that the bar is now acknowledging their wrongdoing. They're actively trying to make it right. It's a step in the right direction. Is it amazing? No, but it's a step in the right direction. Expensive puss. Oh, how old is Tom? Old as shit. He's in his 80s, I believe. I think he's like 86. Don't quote me on that, but I believe Tom Girardi. Where's my iPad? Oh, it's not immediately in my vicinity. Oh, it's over there. Okay. I don't know how old Tom Girardi is. If somebody wants to Google that and put that in the live chat, let's do it. Wasn't Edelson's insurance going to pay the orphans? Yes, actually, you're right, MG. Edelson was going to pay the victims up front and then pursue the money from the other parties on their own, but they were going to make sure that the orphans and widows got paid up front. 86, I believe. Yeah, I believe he is 86 tones. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, based off of what I asked him, he's like, no, this doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't change our lawsuit at all. It may be because he already paid them. I would hope that Edelson, if he did, because he did say that, okay, according to Google, Tom Girardi is 83. Got it. Thanks, guys. So Tones, you and I were both wrong. He's 83, not 86. We gave him a few extra years, but then again, he has Alzheimer's and dementia. So tomorrow is his birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Tom Girardi. We should all throw him one big fat party. Oh no, Tom's birthday is June 2nd. Sweetie, today's June 2nd, Aaron. Right? Today's June 2nd, right? Oh, happy birthday, Tom. You got disbarred. How is Tom going to pay if he is old right now? Well, old people can pay. They are capable of making payments, sweetie. They can pull the little coins out of their little coin purse and, put the bus fare in. Old people can pay. However, he's not in charge of his finances personally or the company's finances. There's Rund, who is currently in charge of Tom Girardi's personal estate, and then there's Miller, who's in charge of the Girardi Keese finances, and she's the one that's likely going to be paying all these people. I believe part of that 500 million, though, is also personal expenses that are having to be paid, like gardeners, other sorts of like contractors or people that worked within their home that claimed that they didn't get their payments. That's what Rund is trying to deal with, is all of the personal expenses. And then Miller is the one that's handling all of the Girardi Keese expenses. So what we're seeing in the press is related to former clients and former creditors that are entitled, or saying that they're entitled to money that Girardi Keese owes them. So that's what Lisa Miller and the bankruptcy trustee team are having to sort through and figure out. So there's that. But this is where, in this episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week, you see Erika and she's like, we're not even sure that, what the statements that they're making are true. I mean, and did I love that statement? No. But is she technically right? Yeah. I mean, aside from Rui Gomez and aside from Lion Air victims, those cases, I believe, we know Rui Gomez has, because a judge saw everything, and it's literally the case that blew all this up. Lion Air victims, we saw that a judge in Illinois ruled in their favor and ruled that Girardi Keese needs to give them the money that they're owed. Everybody else, however, has yet to prove their case. I can literally go right now and file a lawsuit and say, hey, Tom Girardi didn't pay me $5 million. Would that be a headline? I'm sure it would be a headline. If I filed a lawsuit against Erika saying, hey, I met Tom Girardi one time and, I banged him and he owes me $5 million, I can say that and claim that in a lawsuit and file that against Erika, and that'll be a headline in Radar Online. Doesn't necessarily make it true. So I know people don't like when she says stuff like that. I don't love when she says stuff like that. Okay, tomorrow's his birthday. So then his birthday is June 3rd, not June 2nd. But anyway, I know people don't like when things like that are said, but they're technically true. And anybody that's in a position like that has to be very careful legally. So snap about the puss. What are your thoughts on Crystal and Sutton drama? Yes, let's get into that, since now we're moving on to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So in this episode, we see Dorit. She's going to therapy, still very traumatized. Definitely seems like she's going through a lot. We see Sutton finally gets her French designer into the country, and good for Sutton. She's doing the damn thing. I have to say, I know I've thrown a lot of shade towards Sutton's way over the past several months, but like, I mean, I'm actually kind of here for her. I'm enjoying her in this episode. This episode, I kind of was like, okay. First of all, we have to talk about the fact. Let's start with Crystal, because Crystal was saying that Sutton said something that was really bad. It was really dark. That's the word that she used, dark. And according to her, she's like, it's only 4 letters, 1 syllable. It's a very short word. It doesn't mean anything. Again, FAG is a very short word. You know, it's 1 syllable, but it's still not a nice word. The N word doesn't need to be a 14 letter word in order for it to be a strong word. So however many letters a word has, or however many syllables a word has, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good or bad word. I did not like that she threw out the accusation and she wasn't willing to kind of own it or speak to it or address it in any way. But I did love how Garcelle was kind of like, listen, you should come back to the La Quinta house for, 10 minutes and let's talk it through and we're going to work this out, girl. And then Crystal comes and then Garcelle's like, girl, I think you set Sutton up and you were going to burn her either way. And I was like, oof, Garcelle. Okay. She came, shots fired at Crystal. She's like, girl, come. And then pew, 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 like a sniper from the side. I was like, okay. Megan says she says that she doesn't feel her feelings are valid, but she needs to understand the weight of her words. Words are different than feelings. Yes, that was the exact argument I made, I believe, in last week's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. Words and feelings are not the same thing, and words carry weight to them, and words are received differently by different people. The same way feelings can be held differently by different people. Like, let's say me and another gay guy are at a dinner with Kathy Hilton and she throws homophobic slurs at us. One of us might be more offended than the other, or depending on the words that she uses. We know she has a very colorful language and she uses many of them. We may feel differently about them. However, that doesn't mean that the words that she uses don't carry weight. Our feelings are valid. The word is still wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe that wasn't the best example, but can't throw out fun shade. Can I throw out fun shade for a moment? Diana has been saying that she's a rich bitch and she's allergic to the shopping at stores, and then she shows up to Sutton's dressed like Grandma Kathy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the cutest vibe. Yes, words, to quote Ben Chu, yes, words matter. I believe his name is not spelled CHEW though. I think there's like a U, and it's an IU or UI. I think it's CHIU. But anyway, yes, Garcelle is shady and she's a potster. Yes, she definitely loves to placate she loves to do what the audience wants, what she thinks Twitter will love. But yeah, she definitely came for Crystal. I thought that was kind of funny and amusing. I love that she brought up LVP as if, like, what she's trying to do. The LVP stands there and be like, yeah, oh my God, my panties are wet because you talked about LVP. We love LVP. Whatever. But so there was that scene, and then Crystal talks about Sutton doing something bad or saying something really dark, but she won't say what it is. And then we get to Sutton's store opening where we dive into that even further. And I think Kyle was right in saying that Sutton didn't want to address it because Sutton was worried that whatever it was really bad. And she was like, we've moved on. I don't want to address it. I don't want to talk about it because it could have potentially blown up. And I'm pretty sure last season she was like, oh my God, I already got dragged for saying, for violating Crystal. Crystal doesn't understand that her words do carry a lot of weight and that they can be big words. That doesn't negate your feelings. That's not anybody trying to police your feelings. It is people trying to police the words that you use. And I guess as a grown adult, you don't like people policing the words that you use, but you also have to understand that your actions do affect other people. Zach, it was EW at the end of Chu's last name. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was IU, but I could have misread that somewhere. I didn't realize that his name was spelled Chu, like Chu, or like I chew cookies, like the Cookie Monster. I loved Crystal's meltdown in the last episode. Get real. I mean, Crystal's annoying the shit out of me this season. And I really liked Crystal last season. I really enjoyed her. And that's why this season I'm like, wow, am I actually siding with Sutton? Do I actually like Sutton this season? My thing is, if you're going to say that somebody said something really dark, you can't throw out that accusation if you're not going to bring it up and go there. Okay. I like Crystal, but I don't think she can handle. Yeah, I don't think she can handle it either, Peggy. I think the weight of the show is just a bit much for her. She's not fully with it. I get what she's trying to do in terms of like, be like, you're not gonna, have me compromise my morals or compromise my feelings. And like, yes, that's a valid argument, but I don't think that's a relevant argument to the conversation that is being had and brought up on the show. She's trying hard this season. I hear she fizzles out, that she starts off a little, she has a moment, but that she fizzles out throughout the rest of the season. And listen, I ain't mad about it because I want to go back to liking Crystal and not disliking Crystal. What the hell happened to Crystal? She's shaky. I think she's always been a little shaky. Do you think Crystal is acting this way because of the producers told her to bring it this season? Possibly. But again, I know we dove into all of this last week when, we did last week's live and we recapped last week's episode. But like, I don't know. I don't even want to get into it anymore because I just think, why is Sutton such a villain? I don't think Sutton is a villain. But listen, there's a lot that's being thrown at Sutton and she is taking it and she is handling it. And I'm kind of like, okay, Sutton, I'm here for you. Yeah, Crystal's annoying me this season. I don't understand what's going on so far as Crystal, but it seems like she just needs to bow out gracefully. It just doesn't seem like her place, or not her place, but it just doesn't seem like she jives very well. Do you love Diana? She's such a mystery. I love her. I do love Diana. I actually really enjoy Diana. Here's the question. Do you think she's afraid to go against Sutton and the media? Who do I think who's afraid to go against Sutton and the media? I don't know who you're referring to, Whit. Sutton is hilarious. Sutton has good moments. I'm not going to lie. She has her moments. It's a whole thing. It's annoying, making a big deal about a word. It's a new season. Get over it. Erika is kinder and gentler this season. Well, she does talk about how she was like a cat in a corner last season, and that's understandable, right? When you feel like you're backed into a corner, you kind of are a little less nice. You're kind of just a little more on the defense. Yay, Selling 920 bought 3 badges. Let's go. Let's get it with the 3 badges. Love it. Oh my God, don't say Teddy. Oh, are we bringing her back? I don't think so. I don't think we need that. But yeah, those are my thoughts about Beverly Hills. I think Crystal's being overly dramatic. She's annoying the shit out of me. I'm surprisingly enjoying Sutton this season. Garcelle is definitely a pot stir. I love that Kyle's getting in the mix a little more and she's kind of throwing down the gavel a lot more. And she's kind of like, I was there and I don't remember Sutton saying anything bad. And then Crystal's like, well, it's not something that would ever affect you. It would affect me or maybe Garcelle. And then Garcelle's like, well, if it would affect me, I would like to know. If this person is my friend, I would like to know what this person said. And I think that's a fair question to ask. If Sutton said something that could potentially offend me, I would want to know what was actually said because am I, is the person that I know as my friend really my friend then? Do we think Diana will get a second season? I hope so. I like Diana. I think there's a lot more to be explored with Diana. I feel like social media is so hard on Kyle this season. I don't know why. I hope Kyle doesn't let it get to her because I'm enjoying Kyle this season as well. Okay, should we talk about Dubai? Real Housewives of Dubai. I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 7.5. I thought it was good. Was it a knockout? No, but it was a good first episode of a new show. It's never going to be a big banger. You're never going to have like a big blow up in the first episode. We got some drama at the dinner at the end, but for the most part, you're not going to get a big shebang. I think 7.5 is fair. Dubai was a 6.5. Interesting. Was there anybody that didn't enjoy the premiere of Dubai? I thought it was good. I thought there were some funny moments. I thought there was a lot of glitz. There was a lot of glam. I'm going to get shaded so bad. I give it a 4. Interesting. Heather McDonald didn't like it, so I'm afraid didn't watch it yet. Again, is it a knockout? No, but I think the bar should be a little bit lower for a new Housewives franchise. I think the bar should be a little bit lower for the first episode of the season. It's never going to come out with a bang. We're just getting to know the women, right? So we can't decide whether or not we really like it because we don't know whether or not we really like them. We're still getting to know them. We're still building emotional connections with each of the women. Quentin Dean, I like Dubai. I give it a 7. I think 7's fair. I wouldn't give it anything higher than a 7.5. Would anybody give it higher than that? We saw some people gave it a bit lower. Glad to hear your voice. Oh, thank you, Fall. I'm glad to see your beautiful profile picture in the live chat. I don't like fighting instantly. Yeah, it does have potential. I agree with you, Kenny G. There's a lot of potential to be had there. I liked all of the women. I don't have their names in front of me, and I don't remember them off the top of my head, which I'm so sorry about. Maybe I should grab my iPad. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my iPad. One sec, guys. I want to make sure I'm getting their names right. Let's see. Because I have it here. Living in Beverly Hills. Okay. Lisa. Loved Lisa. Loved her. The only thing you can take from me are notes. Lisa was probably one of my favorites, aside from Carolyn Stanbury. In this city of gold, nothing shines brighter than me. Love it, Caroline. I think Lisa and Caroline were my two favorites. Then there's Chanel. And Chanel, I thought was a bit much. I loved her and hated her at the same time. The model. Yeah, the model. Is her name not Chanel? It's Ian? Ayan? Did I miss that? It says her name is Chanel. Do they not call her Chanel? They don't hate me because I'm beautiful. They hate me because they're basic. Not my favorite tagline, but I think she brought a lot. I think she definitely is trying to be the breakout star. She's trying to be the Jen Shah. And I think she's doing it. She's killing it. I think they're all really rich. Yes, they're rich, honey, rich. Oh, so it's not Chanel. It's Ayan. Ian. Is it I-N or A-N? A-N is her last name. I know that's her last name is going to be a mess. Okay, but she goes by her last name. Sorry, I must have missed that, guys. Would you F Caroline's husband? Caroline Stanbury's husband? Fuck yes. He is hot AF. When he came out in the towel and he had no clothes on, I'm like, please drop the towel. Please drop the towel. Please drop the towel. He didn't drop the towel. I don't know how he kept that towel on so secure. I don't know how she kept that towel on him so secure, but it was a yummy. I was like, humana, humana, humana. Hello. Sarah. I love Sarah, but I was expecting more from Sarah. I thought she was going to bring it a bit more, and she's a little more quiet. A woman should be two things: who and what she wants. Terrible tagline. Probably the worst of the bunch. Then we have Caroline Brooks. Brooks is good. I like Brooks. She's got a fun vibe to her. The desert is ruthless, but nothing is more savage than me. I feel like she is pretty savage, and I feel like she's gonna rip some people up. Sarah's the voice of reason. Sarah is a voice of reason. I was expecting her to be a lot spicier, though. And I guess she's not. Yes, he is hot. Hi, Zach. I've been missing you. Been super busy, but so happy to catch a live. I will be in the replay crew. Hi, Lisa. Loving life. Lisa, I hope you've been loving life. I love Sarah. Don't sleep on her. I'm not sleeping on Sarah. I'm just like, Oh, okay. Hi, Jason. Sorry, Jason's Jason's jamming me right now, guys. And then there's Nina. I liked Nina too. Nina had her cute little dinner at the end, and she's like, guys, don't fuck up my dinner. I was like, sorry. These women are stunning. I agree with you, Megan. They are gorgeous. And her tagline was, if you think money can't buy you happiness, you clearly haven't been to Dubai. And it was underwhelming. Listen, I didn't think it was a knockout, but I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was great. But my two favorites right now are Stanbury and Lisa. That's where it's at right now, guys. That's where it's at. But again, I stick with my rating of 7.5. I wouldn't give it anything higher. I wouldn't say it was an 8. It was a good start to the season. We'll see where it goes from here. Lisa's my favorite. Yeah. Hi, Diane. Diane from Australia. What's going on, Diane? Okay. Last two things I want to talk about in today's live are Ramona leaking Teresa's wedding location and date, and then the Stassi versus Jax beef. So Ramona in an Instagram story. This is the most Ramona thing Ramona's ever done, but you guys keep sending it to me, and I think it's hilarious. So yes, we can briefly bring it up. Zach, I popped my cherry. I saw myself first up in here. Oh, I popped. Oh, you popped the lives cherry. Yes, you did. Stanbury was cheesy, but hey, it is what it is. Listen, Stanbury gets a pass because her husband is so fuckable. Okay. Okay, Tones, we'll give her a pass for that. We got badges. Oddfall dropping the 3 badges, and Ivy Bjork dropping the 3 badges, you guys. Oh my God, my heart. It makes my heart so happy. Thank you. It makes my heart and my coochie so happy. I feel so loved. Yeah, I missed your live in New York City because COVID hit my house. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. Yes, it's very Ramona. She went on her Instagram story and she showed a video of her invitation to Teresa's wedding. But Numbnuts went and revealed the date and the location that was also in the invitation. So everyone's like, oh my God. But like to me, I thought it was funny. I mean, I think it's literally Ramona. So is Bravo shooting the wedding since Ramona and Marge are invited to the wedding? Why would they not? Like, how does Ramona or Margaret affect them filming it or not filming it? I don't know. I would assume that Bravo is filming it for some sort of like Teresa Giudice spinoff special. I don't think it's going to be an entire series, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like a 3-part spinoff. It's very Ramona, and like, listen, that's what we love about Ramona is that she has these really ridiculous moments that we can't get enough of. Okay. Let's talk about Stassi and Jax and their beef, okay? Because Stassi is very upset with Jax right now. Stassi and Beau revealed on their podcast, The Good, the Bad, and the Baby, that that there was a Vanderpump Rules couple that did not attend their wedding that was invited and supposed to attend the wedding and pulled out at the last minute. Oh my God, Rinna has been so messy on IG lately. I live for it. I mean, she has been very messy on IG lately. And the guy that's like on Instagram, right? Or not on Instagram, but like on Twitter. Thank you, Dominguez. Dominguez WA. Thank you for the 3 badges, my love. You guys are so sweet. Thank you, Dominguez. I appreciate you. You're looking so fly in your profile picture. Anyway, there's the guy, since you brought up Rinna. She posted on her Instagram story. She got a text message from someone that's like, you better stop talking about me. Or else I'm going to expose you, like basically threatening to expose her. And she posts on her Instagram story and she's like, who the fuck is this? Reveal yourself, blah, 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 blah. In the screenshot that she posted on Instagram, it has the phone number of the individual. I believed originally that it was Kathy Hilton. It was not Kathy Hilton. It ended up being some random ass dude whose name doesn't even need to be repeated. But anyway, it was random. And I was like, who is this guy? And then he had this whole elaborate story about how he was filming a show. And it was on the show that he met Lisa Rinna and he has dirt on her. And Lisa Rinna's like, I don't know her. I don't understand what you want from me. Thank you. Otfall dropping 3 more badges. Look at Otfall. Wow. You go, Otfall. You get it. Doesn't Erika look different without her face paint? Diane, everybody looks different without their face paint. I look different without my face paint. Like, listen, when somebody rolls out of bed in the morning or someone doesn't put on makeup, they look different than when they get a full glam face up. Anyway, so Rinna posted his phone number, and then apparently everyone was blowing up his phone, and then he went on Instagram and posted her phone number, and he's like, Lisa Rinna, if you're going to post my phone number, then I'm going to post your phone number, and Lisa Rinna's still like, I don't know you, but she ended up taking the phone number down from her Instagram stories. Now the guy's like, he was like sitting at a table with his 2 attorneys, and he's like, since Lisa Rinna, posted my phone number publicly and sent all of these people, I had thousands of people coming at me, she sent them to all attack me, and I'm going to sue her. I'm just like, oh my God, like somebody hand him a bottle of Evian, please. Like a jug of Evian. Somebody, like, can Amber Heard throw a jug of vodka at him because homeboy is thirsty? He is parched. Yeah. He's gonna sue her and it's stupid. He's not gonna win. It doesn't, like, it's a cash grab. If anything, she might end up settling with him just to get him away, but so stupid. People will do anything for a buck or for, somebody call the ambulance. I agree, Kenny. A mega pint. Yes, Emmy, a mega pint. Let's get it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, back to Stassi and Beau. So on her podcast, she revealed that Jax and Brittany were the couple, or she didn't reveal it, but people are putting 2 and 2 together based off of what they said and who they alluded to. They said it was another Vanderpump Rules couple. People figured out that it's Jax and Brittany. Apparently, Jax for weeks was going around telling people that he wasn't going to attend Stassi and Beau's wedding in Rome, and he was also talking shit about Beau. Yet when Beau and Stassi would ask Jax and Brittany, they would assure them that they were definitely going to the wedding. They were definitely coming to Rome to support their wedding and their marriage. Well, right before Stassi and Beau left to the airport for their wedding, Brittany texted Stassi and told her that they actually wouldn't be going after all. Literally the week of the wedding, as they're boarding a plane to go to their wedding, Brittany texts them. She's like, "Hey girl, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to be attending your wedding after all. Hold on, let me take this piece of hay out of my mouth." She's like, "We're not going." And Stassi's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm literally going to the airport right now, and you're just now going to tell me when you've assured us several times that you were going to come to the wedding, and we asked you several times because your husband's going around talking shit and saying that he would never want to come to our wedding." Like, that's ridiculous. Beau said that he was really hurt by it, because like they literally had a guest list of 34 guests in attendance of the wedding. That's all the people that were there. So Stassi was like, I was upset because there were other people that would have loved to have had those seats. We were so restricted and limited to the number of people that we were able to bring, that like other friends and other, relatives could have held those spots that wouldn't have pulled out at the last minute, that would have loved to have been at our wedding. I mean, and she also clarifies that the date was booked for over a year. So Jax and Brittany knew for about at least a year when the wedding was. And so it wasn't like some last minute invite where they're like scrambling to make it happen. Like, Stassi just said that she was hurt because she thought that they were better friends than that, and she didn't think that they would do this to her and Beau, especially not as they were about to fly out to Europe. Like, here's the thing, canceled 2 weeks before. That at least then gives them a chance to bring somebody else in. Like, let's say, there's someone that did they ever buy their tickets? We don't know, MD. I would assume no. I would assume they did not buy their tickets because apparently Jax was texting Beau's friends talking shit about Beau and saying that he had no plans to ever attend. And then Beau approached him about it, and he's like, "Hey, you're literally texting my friends telling them shit about me and saying that you're not coming to our wedding. Like, where's this coming from? I don't understand." And Jack's like, "That's not true. I didn't do that. I didn't say that." And then Beau's like, "Well, here are the screenshots that my friends are sending you of the shit that you're talking." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I did say that, but none of that's true." And Beau's like, "So are you coming or you're not coming? Do you have an issue with me? Do you not have an issue with me? Like, what's the deal here, dude?" And Jack's like, he was just giving him the runaround. I think it's shitty. Like, it's fucked up to RSVP, and it's not like somebody's like backyard barbecue, right? Like, there's lower stakes there, or even like a gender reveal party at someone's house. Like, the stakes are a little bit lower. Maybe there's an extra gift bag for the event that doesn't get to go, or you can give it to somebody else. This is literally somebody's wedding abroad in Rome with a limited guest list. You're one of 34 people, two of 34 people, including Brittany. Like, I don't know. I think it was really shitty. I think it definitely cemented the end of their friendship. It definitely seems like Beau and Stassi wanted nothing to do with them. They were never going. That would be too many reservations to back out of. Exactly. You would lose your flight. You would lose your hotel. All of the things. You're right. You're right, artist. All of the things that you would normally have to book, they would lose all of that. And Jax is so fucking cheap that he's not going to risk losing all that shit. You're extra funny tonight. Thank you, Brittany. I'm trying. I'd be so upset. The space could have gone to people who actually wanted to be there. I agree. Artie, 80, age Audrey. Love it. Yeah, that's not cute. They could have invited someone else as opposed to wasting their energy on them. Not just wasting their energy, but wasting like obviously you pay for a dinner package and an open bar package. Jax can throw back a few vodka sodas. They were anticipating, they worked that into the budget. They could have had other people there. And I think that's the really shitty thing is it's like you promised them that you were going to be there, and then at the last minute you back out after spending weeks and weeks of talking shit. Like, to me, it's just, I mean, but it shows that Jax is the person that he's always been, and he's never grown. He's never going to grow. Even when he's not on a public platform like Vanderpump Rules, where he's being held accountable, he's still an awful, shitty person. Destination weddings are effing expensive for the hosts. Exactly. And that's why they said originally they were going to have a bunch of people, and then Vanderpump Rules fired them. So then they ended up cutting the guest list back, and they're like, instead of cheap making this a lot cheaper, for all of the guests. Let's make this a great experience, but let's just invite fewer guests. And so they ended up only inviting 34 people. And now we know that only 32 people were able to attend since Jax and Brittany pulled out literally days before the event. It's just fucked up. And then to text that to somebody as they're about to fly out to Rome. Like, come on. I can't understand why everyone holds on to that friend with Jax. He's the prime example of cutting off toxic people from your life. I agree, Tones. I felt for Crystal about her eating disorder. Have we talked about that yet? I mean, yeah, I feel for Crystal too. That doesn't make her any less annoying though. I had an eating disorder I struggled with bulimia for a really long time. I was in a treatment center. Feel bad for me, Alicia. I have my own opinion in a relationship, but if someone's rude AF, then that's different. I like someone. Okay. What reason did Brittany give? Stassi said that she gave a number of reasons, that it was a long, like, novel of reasons why they weren't going to be able to attend the wedding after all. She's like, I'm not going to get into all of them. I didn't read it all. I didn't believe it all, but it was a whole novel as to why they couldn't attend after all. And I don't believe Jax ever texted Beau, which goes to show that he doesn't like Beau. But why doesn't he like Beau? Like, what is it? I mean, is it really that Beau and Stassi are doing way better off even after getting canceled? They're way better off than Jax and Brittany are. And maybe there's like some jealousy, some competition, especially since Jax, we know, has an ego and he thought he was the star of Vanderpump Rules. I can't believe Jax just really can't be an adult. Tacky as hell. I agree, Elaine. A real friend would place a phone call, not send a text. Yeah, Mary Ellen, that's a good point too. Call them. Like, maybe it was, here's the thing, maybe it was financial. Like, maybe the flights were really expensive and hotel was really expensive. And maybe it really was about the money. And that was their main reason for not going. Then just be honest about that and be transparent and be like, look, we were at your backyard wedding. We saw you guys get married the first time around here in the US. We would love to be there, but we can't make it. But we would love somebody else to be able to take those spots in our place. They did not, I mean, to the point that somebody made in the YouTube live chat, they definitely did not have any of that stuff booked because they would not have thrown that money down the drain. They just wouldn't have. So. Jax has been friends with Stassi the longest. He could have at least called her and had the balls to be upfront. I agree. He's never admitted it's about the money. Probably Shells. I wouldn't be surprised, but they would have known the expense way before. Exactly. Why wait? Yeah, that's why it's shitty. Yeah, and real friends would understand if you say, hey, I can't afford this. Like, that's completely understandable. I mean, here's the thing. Stassi and Beau were like, hey, we can't afford to have the big giant wedding that we were originally going to have. Sorry, guys, we had to cut the guest list and uninvite people because we're having a more intimate wedding and a more intimate ceremony because we don't have the money that we were making when we were planning this wedding back in 2020. Things changed. Them Jenny Craig paychecks ain't cleared yet. I know that's right. It's okay to back out because it's expensive. The thing is that they should have backed out much sooner than they did. And it should have been a phone call. It shouldn't have been a text message. Like, it should not have been on the day that they fly out. Like, that's just, I mean, even if it's the day before they fly out, that's a little bit different. I still don't love it, but it's a little bit different. Tis what it is. Jax is still friends with Randall. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. I'm surprised Brittany went along with Jax and canceled at the last minute. I thought she was better than that. I agree. I expected this from Jax. Did not expect this from Brittany. That's what I got to say about that. How could she have expected anything different? I mean, listen, when you're asking somebody and they're giving you their word and saying, no, we're absolutely going to be there, why would you not believe them? Especially on such an important day and such a special event. Why would you not believe them? Bottom line, period. Okay. Anything else, guys? I think all the guys expect Sandy are still friends with him, to be honest. Are they, though? Jax is just a flake. He's a flake, and more than a flake, he's an asshole. He's an asshole with ugly, gross, disgusting bunions. Sandy knows the assignment. Yes, he does. Anything else, guys, before we wrap tonight's live? I know that's right. Big bad booty. I'm a pussy. I'm a pat the puss. Okay, I do have a question for you guys while I have you here and while I have you live. I was reached out by Patreon to start a Patreon. Okay, I love my Thursdays with you all. Yes, Shishi, we love you. I love you. I love spending Thursday nights and Tuesday nights with all of you guys. He's a loyal friend deep down. Yeah, Sandoval is not Jax. Another great show. Thank you guys. Question though. So Patreon has reached out to me and they want me to start a Patreon account for the podcast. I've always been very much against Patreon because I'm like, I always like to make my content available for free. That's why I'm so grateful when you send badges on Instagram or when you send super stickers or super chats on YouTube because I don't charge for any of my content. To me, I always like to make it available for free. I just don't like being, I mean, even if the most I would charge is like maybe $4.99 a month, but like even that to me, it's like I hate asking people to subscribe and pay for that. Oh, thank you, Hamilton. That's so sweet. Happy Thursday, Zach Pack. Thank you, Hamilton, who just dropped a $4.99 super sticker on YouTube. I appreciate that. But my question is, would you care if I started a Patreon? And if I did start a Patreon, what types of content would you want? What types of content would you subscribe to? Not because they're going to want to get in your bag. I mean, anybody that I partner with is going to get in my bag, my love, Holly. So a lot of people have Patreons. I've just always been very against it. Oh my God. Thank you, SG Gura, S Gurgola. Thank you, Gurgola.it for the 3 badges, my love. I appreciate you. To be honest, I would support you regardless of what you do, but I'm not down with Patreon. Okay, no, please don't. Okay, guys, this is helpful. This is extremely helpful. If anything, though, I also want to clarify, if I do start a Patreon, I'm not going to be taking away any of the content that I currently put out. I would just be adding new additional content and making that available for people. So we would still get 3 full podcast episodes. We would still be going live every Tuesday and Thursday night. That will all stay the same and that will all stay free. I would just add the Patreon and maybe add a second, something. I'm turning 29 on June 15th too. Gemini's, yay, Kelsey. Kelsey Grills. Kelsey, let me see your grills. You want to see my what? Yeah, your grills. Yeah, your grills. Let me see your grills. I want to see your what? Oh, okay. Hold on. YouTube comments are blowing up. Everyone show Zach some love and give him a like. Thank you, artists. Artist Fleetwood, thank you. We love your content, Zach. When's your birthday again? My birthday is June 15th, guys. June 15th. Okay, hold on. June 15th is my birthday. You do whatever you like. Not June 16th, June 15th. I never check my Patreon. That's helpful as well. I just pay to support. Oh, well, that's very sweet of you, Trish. Do you have a join button? No, because I haven't started a Patreon yet. They just reached out to me and they were like, hey, we want you to start a Patreon. And I was like, okay, I'll think about it. I actually haven't responded to them at all, so they don't even know that I'm asking you guys about this. They just reached out and they're like, we think it would be great if you started a Patreon. I've always been against it because I've hated asking people to like subscribe and send money in that way. Like, listen, if you want to send money, if you want to send a super chat or, badges, like I'm grateful for that. I try not to really ask for it, but I mean, my initial thoughts were like, maybe it's like more personal content, like maybe it's Zach Unfiltered and it's all of my dating stories and maybe like all the celebrities I used to work with and all of like those juicy other stories that might be interesting to people. Emily D. Baker, I mean, I like Kempire and Emily D. Baker have join buttons in addition to memberships. Yeah. And I've asked Emily about it. I'm like, what do you think? Do you think I should do it? She's like, listen, if the people want, she said, ask the people. And if the people want it, do it. If Patreon is best for you, I would support you for ideas, maybe a special live every other week. Yeah, that would be fun. I would do Patreon. You deserve to earn a little extra coin from the channel as it is clearly a job for you. Yes, Clay, it is a job, and I love doing my job. What are you doing for your birthday? I don't know yet. I know I'm definitely going to dinner. Um, oh, Ooh, Coffee Buzz wants me to start an OnlyFans. I mean, what would I do on OnlyFans? Literally, like, I mean, to be fair, I posted a naked shower photo, a photo in my shower of me naked. You couldn't see anything, but my body was on display on my Instagram stories, and it blew the fuck up. People were like living for it, which I find hilarious. But we have after party. Yes, Hamilton, we do have after party. Patreon should be content you can't get anywhere else. Exactly, Lauren. So I think that's what it would be. It would be content that you cannot get anywhere else. Maybe instead of OnlyFans, since OnlyFans has a negative reputation, maybe instead of OnlyFans, I would just like post some like OnlyFans kind of content on Patreon. Obviously, I wouldn't show full coochie. Like you have to, you have to work for that. Oh my God, Glenn. Glenn, I haven't seen you in the live chat in so long. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate all your shows. And Glenn just dropped a $50 super chat. Glenn, that is so sweet. I feel like I owe you a blowjob, but that would make me a hooker. And that's not very fun. That's not nice. I'm not trying to go to jail for blowing somebody, but I appreciate you. And I'm blowing you kisses. Mwah. Thank you, Glenn. You guys are so sweet tonight. Okay. Do you have a Prime wish list so we can send you gifts? I don't have a Prime wish list. Oh my God, you guys are so. My grandma's 88 tomorrow. Aw, happy birthday to your grandma. Gemini sisters. Yes, Ivy. Yes, understood. I would love to see more day-to-day content. Oh, that was another thing that I was considering adding in as well as maybe some vlogs. Like, I think that would be kind of fun. I don't know if I would put those on Patreon or if I would put those on the YouTube channel. I mean, listen, I still make money off of like ad revenue on the YouTube channel. So it's not like I don't make any money off of these things. Yeah, I don't know. But thank you, Glenn. Glenn W. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the $50 super chat. That is so sweet of you and so generous. And I really appreciate that. Up to you, of course, but a subscription is a good idea. Thank you, Chrissy. Good night, Diane. Yes, I join just for you. Aw, thank you, Shell. Support Zach. He kills it all the time. Happy birthday and happy pride. Aw, thanks, Alicia. I do Patreon. I think there's another opportunity outside of Patreon. Um, I don't want to get emotional, but the Zach pack helped me feel good in my own skin. Oh, Alicia, that's so sweet. I'd love to hear that. Listen, we are a community, people. We are a community, people. Good for you. I think it's great, a great way for you to do things now. I loved your podcast with Jacques. I always love doing stuff with Jacques. Shower videos. I would be like, in the shower, on display, you know, suds up in the coochie. Because it's your birthday month, we all love you. Oh, thank you. Daily nude update. Oh my God. You guys are hilarious. Geminis Unite. I love the Zach Pack peeps. Yes, Kenny G. I love you. Um, please do a wish list. I have never done a wish list. I don't even know how to do a wish list, but I'll look it up tonight. Listen, my wish list is if you guys want to get anything, get some no filter wine. You don't need to buy me anything. You don't need to send me birthday cards for my birthday. Order no filter wine. So that way we can virtually have a drink together. That means so much more to me than, anything. I mean, I appreciate any and all love that you guys send me, but like that would be amazing is if you just ordered some wine. Love you, Alicia. Love you, Tones. I'm sending tequila. Oh, oops. Love this community. Speed dating with Zach, please. That would be fun. Why don't we do a speed dating night? That would be fun. Like a virtual speed dating. Everybody brings out their no filter wine and we're just like, oh, hi. I wouldn't be opposed to Zach's OnlyFans content, JK. Okay, what? Just to, play devil's advocate, say how to order wine, please. Go to nofilterwine.com, guys. Nofilterwine.com. The wine is available there. We're launching new subscriptions on my birthday on June 15th. We're going to launch our new subscriptions. So instead of having to go and place individual orders, you can just have it sent to you on the regs. And anybody that joins the wine subscription, we will have a special Liddy City night where we do a special private Zoom that won't be available anywhere else. It's like after party. Yes, doing OnlyFans. What would my OnlyFans even be? Like, honestly, What would you say? What do I need to show my asshole? Is that what we need to? Okay, we need to wrap this because this is like on the podcast now, and people are probably like, make no filter wine available in Canada. I would definitely buy some. Thank you. I would love to. I would honestly love to. Happy Pride and happy birthday. Thank you. See, Zach, OnlyFans needs you. Everybody wants me to do OnlyFans. Clay, what would you like me to do? Coffee Buzz. What would be, so what's OnlyFans? Like $9.99? What content that I could deliver on OnlyFans? Like, do you need me to actually be having sex with people? Oh my God. Could you imagine? If I'm doing an OnlyFans and I'm making Adam and Jason do a collab with me, that would be the day. We will do a threesome OnlyFans. Then I'll kick it off. Just because I know you guys would love that. Not because I'm trying to bang them. Just to clarify, because I'm pretty sure somebody's going to clip that out and send it to them and be like, can you believe what Zach said? And then I'm going to hear about it tomorrow. Elaine wants the full frontal. Patreon does not have videos, only audios. I think focusing on wine sales may be more beneficial. I didn't know that. I thought Patreon had videos. That is something I should talk to them about, because if it doesn't have video, then it's not going to be worth it for me. Let's move on. Let's move this chaos over to the after party. Yes, Tones. Let's wrap this up and move this over to after party. After party ain't ready for me. Yes. So for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with after party or are new, sorry, Lauren's like, oh my God, yes, OnlyFans with Adam and Jason. Could you imagine? That would be the day. That would be the day. Geez, that gives someone a little warning so she doesn't take a drink. Oh my God, do stand-up comedy. I did stand-up comedy. Not gonna happen again. Just show your feet. Oh, like what's her name? Patreon does have video. Yes, that's right, Trish. Where is after party? We do after party at Just Plain Zach, which is my personal. Thank you, Kenny G. Badges on badges on badges. Yes, you guys are so sweet. Kenny G dropping the 3 badges, badges on badges on badges, make it rain. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. I love you. After party is held on my personal account. I go live with my personal account is at Just Plain Zach. So if you're ever interested in just like me content, not like reality TV content, but just me content. Oh my God, Elaine's already drinking some no filter wine. I need some no filter wine. If you want to join After Party, we do host that after our regular lives on my personal account at Just Plain Zach. Those don't get saved anywhere. Those don't get broadcast anywhere other than on Instagram Live. So get ready for that, honey. Yeah, thank you guys for listening to #NoFilter with Zach Peter. That's me, your naturally platinum blonde pop culture connoisseur. Give me a follow at Just Plain Zach. Follow the show at No Filter with Zach. Like I said, we go live every Thursday. 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. We also go live every Thursday on the youtube.com/justplainzach. After party will be starting very shortly. Zach, take over, watch what happens live. I would love to, my dear. I would love to. I have some fun guests coming up on the podcast. We have Melissa Rivers that's going to be coming up on the podcast. Chloe from Too Hot to Handle. Danny Pellegrino's coming on. What's her name? Amanda Hirsch from Not Skinny, Not Fat. She's coming on. Eyebrows look great. Thanks, Trish. I just got them done today. But yeah, get ready, guys. Lots of good content coming. Love you. Appreciate you. If you do want to order some wine and stock up for a very litty city summer, then you can go to nofilterwine.com, or you can also stock up on some fun merch at justplainzach.com. All right, guys. I love you. I will talk to you later, skater. Bye. Bye, guys.